We got some fun announcements today coming out about Presales Collective, everything else going on. And unfortunately, I will preface it with this. We were hoping we'd be able to say, go check out presalescollective.com, check out everything new there that just got published. Unfortunately, the content management service provider and everything, their tool has been out of status. Like literally posted like sorry for the intermittent outage. We're working as hard as we can to get it up and going. So our team's been unable to publish the changes that we've been working on. So as soon as that's fixed, we'll actually be able to publish and you'll be able to see things for it yourself. But definitely I want to spend time today talking through everything we've been working on so that you get kind of a first-hand view into Presales Collective, what's changing right now, all the big news, and what's happening. So we'll just talk through it now, and I will give you a little bit of preview of the new things. But the first thing is, and again, I can't exactly just say, "Hey, go check it out," but we have all new Presales Collective branding. So we've new logo, new website that's sitting behind this our content providers outage right now. But that will hopefully be live very soon once the outage gets taken care of. Yeah, I'm excited for everyone to see it as well. And shout outs to our whole team who's been working super hard getting that going. Um, so yeah, right now we just have to wait for it to come back out. The A reason for the rebranding, though, a reason we wanted to do it was that right now, if you go to visit our website, it showcases a lot of, our different meetups and things like that, very focused on sort of just some of the in-person meetings. But everyone knows that Pre-Sales Collective is bigger than that, broader than that. And the reason why, when I've been talking to people about why it is that anyone comes to Pre-Sales Collective, it's because they want to get better at what they do. Yes, meet people, and but also at the same time get better at this thing we call pre-sales. Find resources, find people, ask questions, get connected, take some courses, etc. And so we wanted to have our new branding reflect a little bit more of that, about how this is we have a cohesive set of services that you've got available to you and resources that you can use to get better at pre-sales. So that's kind of the big thing. The biggest piece of this is rolling what was previously kind of the separate branch of our enablement programs into what we do at Pre-Sales Collective. And the biggest way that we're doing that is actually through some membership changes. And yeah, I will say if you have questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat. I'll be addressing them as they come up, and we'll have plenty of time for Q&A here up a little bit. Just going to go through the high level changes first for everybody. We got some membership changes. Now, historically, we've had two memberships. We've had the free membership, and that's not going away. We still will have a free membership. And historically, we've also had the pre-sales leadership collective, which was that you could pay to become part of the leadership collective. If you were a leader, would get you a few things. Would get you access to some roundtable discussions and some private Slack channels. But we knew we wanted to give a little bit more for that. We want to give everyone a little bit of bang for their buck while also rolling in things around our enablement program. So we have now three tiers. We have the free tier. That is everything that's still available today. You can still attend webinars, go to our dinners and our networking happy hours, be in Slack, etc. We now have a Pro and a Pro Plus membership. I'm going to jump all the way to the end and talk about Pro Plus because I talked about enablement. What we have done is we've changed our enablement program from a pay per course to an all-you-can-eat buffet, so to speak, for our Pro Plus members. And this allows you for your annual membership to take any of the classes that you want on demand and instructor-led courses as well. Also gets you into our enablement roundtable sessions that we do. We have an enablement newsletter called Pulse, which is curated content from industry thought leaders. I talked about that on LinkedIn just a few days ago. I think last week I talked about that a little bit. And that's the big thing that we wanted to be able to do, was to say to everyone who is kind of our top tier of membership, which everyone who's a PSLC member today gets that Pro Plus membership automatically. It rolls into that, but allows anyone to say, you know what, I want to level up my enablement. I want to access all those programs. You can now do that as a part of that membership for the same price at $600 a year, which is what Pre-Sales Leadership Collective was at. And so anyone can do this, not just leaders, but anyone who wants to be able to take the courses, be a at that tier and everything. You also get everything else I'm going to talk about in a second that's a part of the pro membership. The pro membership gets you some other things as well. That's at a lower price. Again, I would be walking us through the chart on the site, but that's not quite published quite yet, but will be soon. At 175 a year, so between $14 and $15 a month if you kind of annualize that out. 175 a year gets you access to everything else uh within pre-sales um collective, and I'm trying to find my just list I have so I can walk through that. Here it is. Within the Pro Plus membership, within the Pro membership, sorry, you get access to our full Webinar Summit archive. You get access to our virtual networking, private Slack channels. We do community roundtables as well. So virtual networking, think of that as kind of the meet and greet type of things. Community roundtables are virtual discussion forums that you'll have access to that we're getting set up, as well as starting next year, a regional micro SoulCon workshop, like half day regional events that we'll be doing as a part of what we're launching next year. So that gets you access to all of those things for 175. Pro gets those same things as well. But again, Pro, you get access to all the entire suite of our full enablement program. But everything that you had, again, everything within the free membership is not going away or changing. The leadership dinners, the mixers, the regional community meetups, access to the blog, the pre-sales podcast, that's not going away. That's still free, but we wanted to give you a couple of tiers to engage with. Um, Here, and I lost my chat. There we go. We wanted to give people a few more tiers to get engaged at that paid level that wasn't just exclusively for leaders, but includes that as well. Now, one question that I'm sure we'll get from people who are currently Pre-Sales Leadership Collective members, yes, you get that Pro Plus membership, but Pre-Sales Leadership Collective is not going away. It just becomes a part of Pro Plus. And so if you are a Pro Plus member and you're a leader, you'll get added to the Leadership Collective and get to take part in those exclusive conversations for leaders as well that go on, so that there's nothing being lost. We're just adding to it. So that's kind of the big thing. That's what we've been working on, trying to give everybody more resources and more opportunities to engage and building them into our programming for everyone. That's kind of the big one. So if you have questions on the membership changes, please feel drop them in chat. Get happy to talk about them. Some of the other things as well. We had talked about this in January, but in January we ended Pre-Sales Academy, which was our um, kind of boot camp program for people trying to break into pre-sales. It was not really fitting well with the market. It was very heavy on sort of us trying to place people. And so it really didn't seem to fit in well with everything else going on, because a lot of what Pre-Sales Collective is those of us who are in pre-sales trying to get better at what we do, or get better at the profession in some way, or lead our teams better. But we still didn't want to get rid of it because it's a good resource, and a lot of people will come to Pre-Sales Collective because they're interested in what we do. But we wanted to make it a lot more affordable. So Pre-Sales Academy is actually relaunching. It's relaunching this week. Once the site's up, it'll be available for you to go and purchase as an on-demand course, though, which allowed us to bring the price down considerably. You still get all the same training. We've actually got videos from a lot of the people who used to be the live facilitators in there as well, and a lot of the same content, just without sort of us doing a lot of the heavy lifting on the career placement. We give you those resources, but allow you to kind of self-serve on that, as well as self-serve going through the course itself. So I'm excited that that's relaunching as a benefit for people who are joining Pre-Sales Collective, looking to get into the industry. Now, I will say this one thing: Pre-Sales Academy is separate from the courses, every other course that we have. It's the one kind of exception because it stands on its own. The reason for that is a part of Pre-Sales Academy on Demand, you actually get 2 coaching sessions with our coaches that we've got for our courses. So you get those as a part of that. So it's actually a pretty good deal. And that's going to be launching very affordably at $479, which is considerably less than the price tag before. So, Jace, love to see it. Proud cohort number one graduate. Well, it's come a long way since then. So, yeah, happy to see you here. And we didn't want to get rid of the program completely because of that, because it's added so much value to a lot of people, but we just needed to change it to make it more relevant to where people are at right now. Some of the other things that are changing to the broader enablement program, again, it's going to be a part of Pro Plus, everything else. As so We've got our instructor-led courses. Those have not changed. Foundations, Leader Elevate, our pillars courses, Discovery, Value Selling, and Strategic Influence. Those are still there. We are planning on adding more instructor-led courses. We're in the middle of planning out 2 new courses we hope to launch over the next half year or so, as well as on-demand courses. We've actually launched a few new on-demand courses, or we've redone some old ones that we had, which were outdated. So technical enablement for pre-sales, stakeholder management, a value selling basics on-demand course is now available. An AE collaboration course is available, as well as, like I said, the pre-sales academy is also going to be available on demand once the site's able to go live. We're going to be growing both the on-demand and instructor-led offerings over the next half year and ongoing as well. So a great value, again, if you become that Pro Plus member, you get access to anything that comes out for enablement courses. So pretty good deal there. The other thing is you get to the Pulse newsletter, so our bi-weekly, bi-weekly or every other week newsletter. Sometimes I mix up which is which. Our bi-weekly newsletter with curated content from the community, which also provides discussion guides and questions, etc., for if you lead your team and you want to run your team through some skills-based training. That's a great resource for you, as well as we've got monthly accelerate sessions. These are role play feedback sessions based upon things from our courses. You don't have to take the courses to take it. Obviously, if you've taken it, it should help you in those. But allowing you to join a virtual role play session, no prep is required for that, and just keep your skills training, get some feedback on how you do things like discovery. Actually, is going to be what we're launching in August. Our first month is going to be all about doing some discovery role plays. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Unless you consider role plays not fun, then maybe it wouldn't be fun. But that's kind of what's launching today. Like all of this is launching, well, as soon as we can hit publish on the new site, it'll be launching today. I'm very excited about it. I hope you are as well. It's going to be, I think, a lot of great new additional resources for everyone in the community. But there are a couple things as well I want to talk about what's coming up next. What this is opening the doors for us to do. And there's 2 big things. One of them I kind of mentioned a little bit, which is a little bit around SoulCon for next year. So we've got SoulCon, which this year is our leadership conference. SoulCon East is coming up September 4th. If you're a pre-sales leader and you're in the New York area or you can get there, great. Full day conference, etc. We already had our first SoulCon out in San Francisco, SoulCon West, back in May. Got great feedback from it. We've already started planning for next year. And one of the big things that we're going to be doing is kind of taking SoulCon and trying to make it more available throughout the year and turning SoulCon into a bigger event that's a little bit broader that includes more of the community. We realize it's still a great asset for leaders. We heard from a lot of people, I'd love to have brought my whole team here because there's things they would have learned as well. So we're going to be turning SoulCon, the conference, the in-person conference, into kind of a bigger multi-day event. Still being planned exactly what that looks like, but that will be coming next year in 2026 at some point where it'll be something you're not going to want to miss. Travel in, join pre-sales leaders from across the country, from across the globe, and come to the conference together. And then throughout the year, when we travel to various cities, we're going to be bringing kind of half-day micro SoulCon sessions, taking the workshop aspects of what we've done in SoulCon, which was the everyone's favorite out at SoulCon West was the workshops, hands-on workshops that we did, and bringing those into the communities. So if we've got, along with the dinners and mixers that we run, we'll also be doing some of these micro SoulCon pieces, which I'm excited about those. I think running these workshops is going to be fantastic, and you get actually you get to attend those for free with your pro membership. So if you decide to become a pro member, you get a ticket to any of those that you'd like to go to as well. So very, very exciting. The second thing is that we're going to be adding a new live show, not before next year. It's actually going to be sometime this fall. We're still planning it. We're still working out the details of it. But we're going to be taking our kind of think of it as a merger between our webinars and our podcast and making it a live web show that will be a more frequent show. I won't say exactly the frequency yet because we're still making sure that we can do the frequency we want to do, but it's going to be more common, something that will be it's always there. You can be like, well, I can't join this week, but maybe next week I'll join. I can't join right now. Maybe I will next time. So it's going to be more frequent, something that will be a half hour, something you'll be able to join, listen to someone kind of tell their story or a quick win that they did, something that you could walk away, having learned something without having to invest a lot of time in attending and listening and participating. That is going to be called Presales Live, which we've already been pseudo testing with our podcast and recording, having a live version of our podcast recording as Presales Live this year, and it's gone pretty well. We've had kind of small groups there, but great Q&A, great engagement, and we want to continue that as a show that's not tied specifically to just the podcast. So, a lot of good stuff coming. Those are two little previews for next year of stuff we're still working on. But yeah, um, today's a huge day. I can speak just now that I've gone through everything. I can also just speak a little bit personally. I joined back in November, taking over the general manager role, and this today has been sort of the culmination of a lot of the things that we within the team realized kind of needed to change and needed to shift. And so, big shout outs to Courtney, who's sitting in the background here, who's been doing so much work for the community. We definitely would not be where we are without the work that she's put into it. Nina as well, from our enablement team. I don't know if Nina's lurking. I think she's actually got a course she's facilitating, not facilitating, but she's running right now, so she's not able to be here. Nina Berger as well on their enablement team has been doing fantastic work on just coordinating everything around enablement that we're doing right now from a learning experience perspective. And so it's been a lot of work has gone into what we've got launching hopefully later today once we can get that working. But stay tuned for that. I'll have links to everything that we can check out once it's all available. But that was me talking a lot for like almost, well, 16, 17 minutes now. So I did say chances for you everyone to ask questions. So I see everyone in the chat. Does anyone have any questions for me that I can answer live? Please type them. Just go ahead and type them in the chat. I'll address them as they come up and take a sip of water at the same time. And I was just checking while I'm waiting for those questions to come in to see the status of everything. Um, it looks like we're not close to a resolution with our content management provider and um, web thing. So I don't know fully the timing on when we'll be able to push live on the new site. Nate asked, what are you most particularly excited about for the new launch? Ooh, geez, how to pick a favorite child. There's so many things. What I can say is that honestly, the membership changes was the biggest one. Um, our pre-sale leadership collective has been a good kind of smallish community of anywhere between 100 to 200 people, depending upon the time of day, the month of the year. And there are some people who absolutely love it, but not many people were getting a ton of value out of it. And so this started with how can we make the pre-sales leadership collective more valuable? What can we bring more value to those members? And looking at everything that's just what led to everything. Well, how can we do that? How can we make it so that others who aren't leaders have something that they can feel like they join where they get a little bit more a deeper membership in the community? How can we maybe add more some of our enablement stuff and bring that over to the community? So to me, it feels like this is one big change that's just been how do we kind of navigate all these things? And instead of making 9 different announcements, we're like, this really feels like one big change. And while we're at it, we're like, let's use this time to touch up the brand a little bit and make the website a little bit better as well. So, Alex, today's your first day as a PSC member. Hey, welcome on in. You said half an hour ago. Do we need speakers help for learning sessions or role plays? We definitely have an interest form. Courtney, can you put the link? Wow, look at that. I didn't have to ask. It was already in the chat before I asked. We have a new sign up form. So we just launched this where we're asking people, even if you have been involved before, to fill out this form. It lets us know specifically what your background is and how you'd want to contribute. There's a lot of people who want to contribute who always say, "Hey, I want to help out. I want to be more involved." What's helpful for me is to know, well, what are the things that you've got some expertise on? What are the things that you feel like, you know what, I'd be comfortable on a podcast talking about this topic, or I'd be comfortable on a panel, or I'd be comfortable writing a blog post. unless you let me know what those are, I don't know how you pull you in and let you get involved. So please, everyone, if you have a few minutes, doesn't take long, go ahead and fill that out. That's very helpful to us. But Alex, glad you're able to join. Welcome in. What a first day when we're like, hey, we're changing everything or most things. So, um, any other any other questions? Great questions. Well, if we don't have any more questions, yeah, I love that, Shmuel. Yes, we all have L&D budgets. Yes, the a big change for that's a good call out actually. One of the big reasons we wanted to make this change for our Pro Plus memberships, well, actually for both, but specifically for the Pro Plus memberships, is because a lot of people can use that out of an L&D budget now that it has an enablement piece attached to it. And before it would be you'd have to go and spend, 800 or $1,000 depending on the course to take one course, and now it's 600 bucks for a year for everything. And so it's a little bit more palatable to say, hey, I have got my company says I can spend, you know, 200 bucks a quarter on L&D. Perfect. Let's roll it into that. So that's the big reason why we wanted to make that change as well, is to make it fit people's L&D budgets. But I will be making a kind of bigger post about these changes once everything does go live. We didn't want to move this meeting, even though now it feels a little bit premature, because like everyone's already signed up for it. They've already got it on their calendars. It's going to be happening very soon once Webflow comes back online. Um, but I will make we'll make a full post about everything. You'll be able to check it out on the website yourself after it's live as well. I'll be posting other things about it as well. This is kind of huge for us. So thanks everyone for hopping in to this short webinar, just a discussion so you can kind of hear what's happening. I'm very excited about it. I hope you are as well, and spread the word too. This was a great time for people to join Presales Collective. Alex, you're joining at a great time, so we're happy you're here. But it's a great time to get people to join, and tell your teammates who don't know about it. This is a great place to come. So we'll see everyone. We'll see everyone next time. Thank you.